Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm on a book band, but did I listen to myself? No, and what did I do? I bought new books. So here is a book haul. So let's begin. I have a total of, I don't even know how many books I have, but I'll show you. It's these two stacks right here, and yeah. I went to the works in the UK and I just bought a load of books because they were having like massive sales. I think one or two are from Waterstones, but most of them are from the works. They were so cheap. I think I got most of these all together in a big box for like £40 and I bought about 20. So for me that is really, really good. But let me just stop rambling and let's look at the books I bought. So to begin with, we have Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. I'm in the process of reading the fine print by her. I've actually already read Terms and Conditions online like years ago, but I really wanted to get it in person and read it again as part of the series. So I'm really looking forward to this book. This book is about Declan and Iris. Declan is one of the billionaire brothers, and basically the story of this is about him. He has to get married because of his granddad's last wishes, and his assistant offers to marry him. So I'm just going to read the back of it for each of you guys, just in case you want to hear exactly what it says. I'm destined to become the next CEO of my family's media empire. The only problem, my grandfather's inheritance clause. Fulfilling his dying wish of getting married and having an heir seems impossible until my assistant volunteered for the job. Our marriage was supposed to be the perfect solution to my biggest problem, but the more we act in love for the public, the more unsure I feel about our contract. Caring about Iris was never part of the deal, especially not when breaking her heart is inevitable. My plan to marry Declan was simple in theory: move in together, throw a wedding, have a baby. We set rules to prevent any kinds of issues, ones that were never meant to be broken, no matter how much Declan tempts me. But what happens when our fake relationship blends into a real one? Falling in love was never the option, at least not for me. It sounds so cute, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading it. So the next book is The Final Offer. This is the third book in the series with this in fine print. Focuses on Callahan, which is I think the middle brother, I'm not sure, and this one's the newest one that just came out. I'm so happy I managed to get my hands on it, but I'm a bit annoyed because the other two that I have like 1 and 2, whereas this one has 3 like that. So that annoys me a little bit because I want it to look like right next to each other, look the same when it's on my wall. But yeah, this one follows obviously Callahan, and I'm just going to read the back for you, so because that can explain it a lot better than I can. I'm the Kane brother everyone gossips about behind closed doors. Trust run brat, washed up athlete, high functioning alcoholic. No one knows the real me but her. Lana I can't even say it, Castillo, my childhood best friend and the only woman I ever loved. When I broke her heart 6 years ago, I promised to never return to Lake Rosaria. I kept my word until my dad's will changed everything. To receive my inheritance, I was tasked with spending the summer at the family lake house before selling it. The request was simple in theory until my entire plan grew up on the very first day. Turns out Lana doesn't just live in the house, but she claims to own it too. Alana. Falling in love with Conan Kane was a mistake. He told me so before destroying my heart and our friendship 6 summers ago. When he promised never to come back, I foolishly believed him. But when Cal showed up again, intending to sell his grandfather's lake house, the biggest flaw in his plan, my name is on the deed. That one sounds so cute. I'm so excited to read it. There's so many TikToks about it at the moment with the aesthetics of them, and they look so cute. So I'm really interested to learn about their relationship, because obviously Callahan, you hear him in the other books and whatnot, but it's really exciting to actually see his own book with his own storyline. But yeah, that's the next one. The next book is The Hate You Give. This is based on the movie The Hate You Give, or maybe it's the other way around. I think actually the book was first and the book was made after, the movie was made after it. But this one follows a girl called Star. She's black and she's from like a poorer neighbourhood, but she goes to school in like a richer place, and basically her life gets shattered when her best friend gets killed by a police officer, and it's up to her to stand up for him, the police from getting away from it. I'm really excited to read this book because I love the movie so much and I've always wanted to read the book. Plus, one of my university assignments I'm going to do on this book, analysing the politics of it, and I'm really excited to read it. This cover as well is amazing. Like, I love the purple and black. So the next one is We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. This is based off The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is a TV show. The TV show was made based on the first book, but I decided to get all the books because obviously I watched the TV show and I was obsessed with it. I've read the first book last summer when it came out, but I recently purchased the other two. But yeah, if no one knows what Summer Turned Pretty is about, it's just about this girl called Isabel, and every year she goes and spends the summer with her mum's best friend and her two sons, and she has a crush on the older one, and it's basically like a love triangle between her and the two brothers, and her trying to decide who she wants to be with and that type of stuff. So yeah, I got that book, and I also have the It's Not Summer Without You. These books I'm so excited to actually finally read because these have been on my TBR for such a long time, and I'm finally happy that I managed to get my hands on them. Next book is The Other Black Girl. This one I found recently when I was just in Waterstones, and I was like, I might as well buy it because it looked really good. So I'm just going to read the back for you. Nella is tired of being the only black employee in her office, but when Hazel starts working in the next cubicle over, strange things start to happen, beginning with anonymous threatening notes on Nella's desk. As Nella starts to spiral and obsess over the sinister forces at play, she soon realises that there's a lot more at stake than her career. So yeah, I think the thing that sold me is the fact that it says Get Out means Devil Wears Prada. Both of them, I love those movies so much. Obviously, they don't really go with each other, but I'm really excited to read it. And the cover, I think, is really cool as well. On my list is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This one I've seen everywhere. I've seen so many other booktubers talk about it, and I thought I would get my hands on it. I saw it in the works. They were selling it for like £3, so I was like, why not? But this one, I actually don't know what it's about, so I'll read the back as well. But the cover looks so cute. Yeah. So it just says here, Pippa Bellingham is fashionable and influential, and her reputation as a wild child means the paparazzi are constantly on her heels. When too much champagne and an out-of-control rooftop party land Piper in the slammer, her stepfather decides enough is enough. So he cuts her off and sends her and her sister to learn some responsibility running their late father's dive bar in Westport, Washington. Pippa has never been in Westport 5 minutes when she meets big bearded sea captain Brandon Taggart, who thinks she won't last a week outside Beverly Hills. So what if Peppa can't do math and the idea of sleeping in a shabby apartment with bunk beds gives her hives? How bad could it really be? She's determined to show her stepfather and the hot grumpy local that she's just more than just a pretty face. Except it's a small town, and everywhere she turns she bumps into Brandon. The fun-loving socialite and the gruff freshman are polar opposites, but there's an undeniable attraction simmering between them. Pippa doesn't want any distraction, especially feelings for a man who sells off into the sunset for weeks at a time. Yet she reconnects with her past and begins to feel at home at Westport. Pippa starts to wonder if the cold, glamorous life she knew is what she truly wants. LA is calling her name, but Brandon and his town full of memories may have already caught her heart. That sounds so sweet. I love that type of trope where it's kind of grumpy / sunshine, I think, but it's also like rich girl who thinks, rich preppy girl who everyone thinks she's just so superficial, but she goes and proves that she's actually better than that. It reminds me a bit like Legally Blonde, which I'm obsessed with. But yeah, that is that book, and I can't wait to read that one too. Next we have The King of Wrath by Hannah Hu, the one that does the Twisted series. I thought I'd pick this one up as I nearly finished the other series, but this one is more of I think he's a billionaire, and then I think the female protagonist is a princess. But the cover of this, I think, is so pretty as well. I like the little ring and everything. And I think this is the first book, so hopefully more come out. But this one's just about Dante and Vivian. Dante is a billionaire CEO who never wanted to marry until the threat of blackmail forces him into engagement with a woman he barely knows. Vivian Liu, oh no, she's not actually a princess. She's just like a heiress to like a jewelry company and daughter of his newest enemy. It doesn't matter how beautiful or charming she is, he'll do anything in his power to destroy the evidence and never ruffle. That's only one problem. Now that he has her, he can't bring himself to let go. Ooh. Talking about Anna Hughes, I'm going to talk about this one. So this is Twisted Lies. This is the 4th book of the Twisted series, and this follows Christian and Stella. Christian, I know him a bit from the first 3 books. I think he's like a rich billionaire, something like that. Yeah, he's a rich billionaire and like he gets whatever he wants and whatnot. And then Stella is best friends with Jules, I think, and they live together. So I'm really interested to read their book. This one seems really thick as well. Again, I love the covers of her books. Her book covers are amazing. And yeah. So this one is like grumpy and sunshine trope. She's like sweet and shy and introverted, even though she's like a model or a content creator, whereas he's like everyone hates him, like that he's seen as very scary and he's rich, and he basically sees her and he becomes obsessed with her. So it's one of those books where the boy falls first, which again I love, because who wouldn't love a guy that falls first, like, rather than girls? But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. I'm really looking forward to reading this last book because I've really enjoyed the first 3 books. I want to see if this is my favourite because I really liked Twisted Hate. I really liked the enemies to lovers with Jules as his brother's best friend as well, which I love that trope as well. But yeah, that is the next one. Next we have Icebreaker. Icebreaker is by Hannah Grace. It is a hockey it's a hockey kind of book. Yeah, and it's basically about Anastasia and Nate is a hockey player, whereas Anastasia is a whereas Anastasia is a figure skate. Anastasia is a skater. So yeah, this one looks really cool. I really love hockey romances. Like, I'm obsessed with hockey romances. Like, I love all the off-campus series by Elle Kennedy. There's another woman that I love, but I can't remember her name, but she does like hockey books as well. But I'm just obsessed with hockey books. Who doesn't love a sports boyfriend? For like, they're big, they're muscular, but they also like very fuzzy and warm inside. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. This one I'm going to read the back as well. Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything is going to according plan when she gets a full scholarship to the University of California at Maple Hills and lands a place on the competitive figure skating team. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as captain is on keeping his team on ice, which is tricky when the faculty's mishap means they are forced to share a rink with a figure skating team, including Anastasia, who can't stand him. But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look at Nate to take her shot. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried because she can never like a hockey player, right? Yeah. And so this again is like enemies to lovers, but it's also got the hockey trope, which I love. And I've heard so many good stuff about this. I'm not gonna lie, the main reason I bought it is because everyone said it is, you know, everyone says it's got a little bit of sexiness in it. So I love a bit of smut. Sorry, Dad, I hope you're not listening to this. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to hear this book. So let's move on to the next. I am absolutely tired now. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books to go through, and I'm absolutely tired. But we're going to keep going because that is the point of this video, is for for me to show you what I got, and it makes me kind of realise that I need to stop spending money the more that I read it, because I'm definitely going to put myself on a book buying ban until at least Easter time, because I need to get these books read. I'm going back to home in June and I'm going to build a bookshelf, so I need to start getting these books read before I start buying more ones, because it's just not good. It's just not good. But at the same time, it is good because I can create content for you guys, like book hauls and whatnot. But yeah, the next one is... So let me show you it all together, actually. So the next are the Shatter Me series. I have all 5 books. There's Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Restore Me, and Divine Me. I think there's actually a 6th one coming out, but it's not out yet. But this one is part of like the fantasy, sci-fi kind of genre. And yeah, I think it just follows, it's like a fairies or something like that. I can't even remember. But I'm just going to read the back of the Shatter Me one, because I don't want to ruin all the rest of the books for myself. But Shatter Me is a fragile teenage girl is held captive, locked in a cell by the re-establishment, a harsh dictatorship in charge of a crumbling world. But Juliet is no ordinary teenager. One touch from her can kill. The re-establishment wants to use her as a weapon, but Juliet has other plans. After a lifetime without freedom, she finally discovered the strength to strike back, and to find a future with the one person she thought she'd lost forever. So, yeah. I think, I don't think this is fairies, actually. I think it might be talking about the wrong book. But, again, I love the covers of these, like, little eyes. Like, I think they're so cute. I'm going to show you the covers of all of them. So, this is Define Me. I'm guessing it's just all following on from the same protagonist in the first one. Restore Me, Ignite Me, and Unravel Me. I think I might have actually put it in the wrong order now. I don't know, I'll sort that out later. But those are those books. Again, this is another series. These are the series by Holly Black. So in so the 3 books part of this series are The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. Yeah, so this is the one that I was talking about when I talked about fairies. Is it fairies or some type of like magical creature like that? But this is about a girl called Jude and a prince called Cardin, and basically one terrible morning Jude and her sisters see their parents murdered in front of them. The fearsome assassin abducts all 3 girls and brings them to the world of fairy. Mocked and tormented for being merely mortal, Jude soon realises that to survive in the treacherous, dangerous world of the royal court, she needs to be as cunning and deceitful as the Fae themselves. But the stairway to power is fraught with shadows and betrayal, and looming over is the arrogant and charismatic Prince Cardin. So this one's like a royalty book, which I'm excited to get into, because I, again, also like romances that involve royalty. To be fair, I like anything that I can read, get my hands on. But yeah, I love the covers of these as well. This one has like a little crown on it. I think they all have crowns on it, actually, so don't be stupid. Last book of this book haul is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This, again, is one of the first books by this author that I've read. But I'm excited to start looking at her. Again, I saw this on TikTok and I was like, right, I need to get that. And I saw it on Goodreads, so I was like, let me buy it. And I was in the works the other day and I saw it and I was like, cha-ching. So here we are. So this one, I think the cover is so cute. It is very like pretty, if I say that, if I dare to say. It is very pretty and it's nice and blue. I love blue. But yeah, this one is about... Okay, this one is like... So this book is about Naomi and Knox. So it just says, bearded bad boy barber Knox prefers to live his life the way he takes his coffee, alone, unless you count his basset hound waiting. Knox doesn't tolerate drama, even when it comes in the form of a stranded runaway bride. Naomi wasn't just running away from her wedding. She was riding to the rescue of her estranged twin to knock him out. Nia, a rough around the edges town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way, with fists and beer, usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and crash, Tina leaves her something unexpected. The niece Naomi didn't know about. Now she's stuck in town with no car, no job, no plan, and no home, with an 11-year-old going on 30 to take care of. There's a reason why Knox doesn't do complications or high maintenance women, especially not the romantic ones. But since Naomi's life imploded right in front of him, the least he can do is help her out of the jam. And just as soon as she stops getting into new trouble, he can leave her alone and get back to his peaceful, solitary life. At least that's the plan, until the trouble turns to real danger. That one sounds like a dream. I feel like I'm going to go through a range of emotions whilst reading this book, but I'm so excited to read this book. This one has all sorts of tropes in there. Like, it has like grumpy versus sunshine again. It has like children in it, like taking care of children and being like a mother kind of stuff, and whatnot. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else, but I can't. If anyone in the comments knows a bit more about this without making any spoilers, just tell me. But yeah, this one is really good, and it's also good girl versus like bad boy kind of vibes, which we love. We love a smart, like sweet woman, and we love like a bad boy that just like hates everyone, but when they meet each other, like he falls in love with her and does anything that he can for her. And yeah, so that sounds really good, and I can't wait to tackle it. So that's the end of the book haul. Those are the books that I recently purchased, and I'm saying to myself here, right on camera, that I am on a book band. We will soon find out if that is true, depending on if I upload a new book haul. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you've read any of the books or want to get any of them, just tell me in the comments below what you thought of the book, if you've read it, obviously without spoilers. And yeah, tell me if you've liked this video. I hope you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more of my videos. I have a February wrap up coming up soon, and I'm also in the process of filming my March TBR, so if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and like for more information, and also follow me on my other socials. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.